Hello, everybody. Peps and J-Dog here. Massive round 11 of games to get through. I am torn, buddy. I don't know where I'm going to go with this. This is a round for the ages. We know it's all going to be kicking off with 1v2 tomorrow night, but with everything that's been going on, I'm confused. I'm lost. I don't know if I'm going. I feel like a bucket of smashed crabs at the moment with what COVID is doing to me and the AFL round 11.
Wow, it has been quite a big day here in old Melbourne town or Victoria town.
Jeez, I tell you what, it's amazing. You know, we're supposed to be the gold standard, but I'm feeling like the copper whopper stopper.
Oh, well, what a stitch up by Adelaide. Second stitch up on Melbourne in a week.
It was a one-pointer that got through. And it's caused just the whole state to shut down again. So for anybody who has been living into a rock or is still celebrating Adelaide's win last week, yes, we are in lockdown again, 7 days. And I just hope that some of the teams maybe should stay in lockdown. If the results we think are going to go their way, they may want lockdown to be extended out until 2028.
Are you stocked up on toilet paper, mate? You got toilet paper there?
Mate, I've got last week's Herald Sun. I've got Melbourne's 2019, 2020 season highlights. I've got plenty of stuff to watch.
Peps, I know it's not the normal show, but you think these dickheads would learn you don't need to panic buy. You're going to be okay. You think they'll learn. It's our third lockdown.
Do you know who I thought is going to be in love with the amount of toilet paper that's being bought by everybody in Victoria right now?
Who's that?
It's not the toilet paper suppliers. It's the plumbers. Plumbers who clean the pipes out because they get blocked with all the nuffies wiping twice.
Close to home for you, Peps, recently?
Very, very close to home. And I've told the kids, go out in the backyard for the next couple of weeks because I can't deal with that again.
All right, let's get stuck into this week's tips, Peps. I don't even know what's happening because I've been in a training session all day. I don't know who's playing where, what's happening, if crowds are going to be there. I don't know what's happening. So, Peps, you're going to have to ride this one for me a little bit.
Hey, there's no crowds here, no crowds at all, Robbo. Round 11 in Melbourne, no crowds. So, if you've ever got a KO subscription or a Foxtel subscription, you might have to get out the beep, 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 and get out the Morse code because that's the only way. Even the Wallis might have to play this one. But, yeah, it's all kicking off tomorrow night. This game is still going ahead, which is interesting because you had the Bulldogs earlier in the week have one of their support crew go to High Point. And lock the team down for training. And now one of the Melbourne players who was in rehab was at one of the night spots last week where it had been infected, mind you. There was like 300 night spots this bloke went to or this woman went to last week.
Good night.
Yeah, good big night, huge nights. 4:25 came in the morning and might have locked Melbourne down. Hopefully some negative results are going to be coming through, but there's been a few changes, but some interesting changes. Let's start with the doggies. Patrick Lipinski, Ryan Garcia debut. Good luck to you, young fella. And Tim English is in. Massive one for them. 4 weeks off. Could be a little bit rusty going against the competition's number one ruckman. Salem is in for the D's.
Peps. Yes. Any Wallis? Any Wallis on the team?
No Wallis watch. There is no Wallis watch. Jamie Wallis watch. None at all.
So for the injuries on the Western Bulldogs side, we've got Adam Chalor's got injury. Anthony Scott, Lewis Young is a medi-sub, and also Mitch Hannon is also injured out as well. So
Neville Jetta omitted, and Tom Sparrow was the medical sub last week, and he's just not getting a game. Back at the twos and get a run around.
What do you think?
I don't know. It's really it's going to come down to this. If the doggies play like they did last week and they've played the last couple of weeks, it's going to be very difficult for the Ds.
Yeah.
If the Melbourne pressure is back, and I think they might have got their lesson from last week, Salem is a massive in. He controls that back line. He sets them up behind, gives Lever and May an opportunity to scout, but you got Petrarca versus Bontempelli. You're going to have Oliver versus Liberatore, Langdon versus McRae. It's going to be the battle of the midfields. Down each end, you got May on Bruce. You're going to have Keith on Wiedemann. Caleb Daniel versus Cozzy Pickett. It could be a game for the ages. Now, I'm actually picking the doggies.
Okay.
Just because it's at their spiritual home of the kennel. But this could be an absolute cracker or it could be a farce. I'm thinking it could be a cracker. I'm going the doggies by 16 points.
Good test for Melbourne this week. You got last week, Adelaide took them on through the corridor with speed. I think Adelaide are like number 1 or 2 in play-ons from kicks. So Western Bulldogs, once again, a very fast team, and it'll be interesting to see how Melbourne hold on. I'm going to go Melbourne, Peps. I don't know why. I think they would have learnt some lessons from last week, even though we do have Tim English back in the centre, which frees up to play that dual ruck role. I still think Melbourne, and I think Gawn's going to be the difference in that one there. Gawn's experience.
And there's not going to be a crowd there, so it's going to be interesting to potentially the.
All you'll hear is just the sound. Remember round 1 and 2 last year when you just hear the slapping of the ball?
Come on, John! Man, John! Come on, Cozzy! Yeah, I'm hopefully. I really hope that this is a win for football. With everything that's been going on, I really hope this is a game that we're going to sit back at the end of the season and go, regardless of what happened, that was a cracker.
Peps,
that's all we want. We just want a cracker.
And our mate is umpiring this game.
Oh no, not Razor.
Razor. You know you're gonna get bounces going left or right. You're not gonna get bounces that go straight up with Razor, eh?
Calm down. What was that last week when he was telling the players to calm down when they're going into the ball?
I love Razor.
No, he needs to have. Pulp Fiction. Ball.
Marcellus Wallace.
He needs to get Marcellus Wallace with the gimp ball. That would be just take the mic off him. We don't want to hear you, Ray. We want to hear the football. All right. This is going to be another cracking game, in my personal opinion. Brisbane Lions versus GWS. GWS have got some spark over the last few weeks, but Brisbane are 5 in a row. It is going to be at the Gabba 2:10 p.m. on Saturday. Thomas Berry's brought in as is going to be out as the medical sub. Sam Taylor's going to be out injured for the GWS. I'm just going with Brisbane. But GWS, if they bring what they've done the last few weeks, don't know what's going to happen. You can ride the highs, but it doesn't matter if you won the last 5. It's still a 50-50 game. That saying, though, Brisbane at home, they're almost unbeatable. But as we saw last week with happening in Adelaide, the unbeatable can be beaten.
Absolutely. Absolutely. How far is Green away from this team? Another couple of weeks?
Oh, Green will be. I reckon he's about.
Was it 6 weeks? A month away. Okay,
a month at least.
Right. They do. They absolutely do. This is the game that I said in our regular podcast is the game that I'm interested in the most. I think Brisbane are going to do it, but it's a fantastic test for GWS against a top 4 team.
Yep, and that's all we want. We just want good games of footy. That's all we're asking for. And I reckon this could be a good one. I do. So I'm going Brisbane. You're going?
Brisbane.
All right. Have a look at this one. This could be the massacre at the G. 1:45 p.m. Snooze factor for this one, J-Dog.
Oh, mate. This is the equivalent of a face a mother could only love.
You reckon Collingwood are tanking? So Bo McCreery, who was probably their best forward, injured. Josh Thomas, injured. Taylor Adams, their best and fairest winner from last year, injured.
Oh, it's a flat Saturday. Oh, yes.
Injured. They bring in Braden Sear, Jack Madgen, and Trent Bianco. Max Holmes is in, John's cousin, and out is Mitch Duncan, and due to that beautiful tackle by my mate Holman, and Zach Guthrie, the medical sub, is out. Trent Bianco,
the not
Tony
good brother,
Bianco's long-lost reaction, and Kira Knightley plays his 100th game. And if anyone who doesn't know that one is Darcy Moore plays his 100th game for. Well, they reckon that instead of how they usually have when the players are playing their last game, they give them a farewell game. I reckon for the 100th they might celebrate him by putting him down forward.
Oh, I don't know, Peps. Hey, maybe Collingwood as a celebration may actually play 2 quarters of football and not just one.
Hey, Jamie, don't push it too much. All it's going to be is Geelong and by how much. They had their week off last week against Gold Coast, and they'll be looking forward to going to the G because they're going to be spending some quality time down there in September.
Okay.
I think Collingwood is not. So I'm going 8 goals on this one.
Peppy boy.
The best.
Peppy boy.
Buddy.
I want you to tell me what Collingwood's first quarter score will be and then what it will be at the end of the game.
So I reckon their first quarter score will be 3-2. And their end of game score will be 7-8.
So you reckon they're going to kick another 4 goals over the other 3 quarters? Okay. I reckon Collingwood will go out and kick 6 in the first quarter and come home with 9 in total. 3 goals for the only remaining 3 quarters.
Doesn't really matter. They're going to get pounded by about 8 goals. It doesn't really matter. You know what? At least Bucks has got someone to go home to.
Oh.
Isn't that nice? Could they decide what baseball team they wanted to follow?
No comment.
We could, but we're not.
Oh.
All righty.
She's a surgeon, Peps.
Yeah. Anyway, next game. Gold Coast Suns versus Gold Coast Suns versus the Hawthorn at the ceremonial home of the SCG. The Stewie Jew Cup. This one's being played for. Jai Farah is going to be in. Caleb Graham and Josh Corbett have both been omitted. Jeez, you have to be stiff to get omitted from Gold Coast. Liam Shields and Sean Burgoyne are in. Jago Mira injured. Kyle Hardigan injured.
Any milestones?
Omitted. Yes, Tommy Phillips.
Hey.
His 100th game for the Hawks, and he's gone from Collingwood to Hawthorn. Didn't say he went for career aspirations. I'm tipping he went for the cash. Graham and Corbett omitted for lack of suntan. That's the only thing that I can see. I'm going with the Suns here, mate. I'm going with the Suns. And great news that after the bye, Matty Rao could be back, which I think everybody's excited for.
Absolutely.
Go with the Suns, buddy. Suns.
All right.
Close one.
If the Suns win this is the first time they've beaten Hawthorn in their AFL career, isn't it? Or have I got that wrong?
Black and white days. Not since the 70s.
Jeez. Peps, I'm jumping on board, Peps. I'm going the Suns. Just for
get on the Suns. They're going to shine bright. Brighter than
get stuffed Hawthorn.
Blood moon that we
middle fingers through the microphone.
Just for you, Hawthorn. All righty. And listen, to all the Hawthorn supporters, we love you, but your team's just not going to win this week. Rightio. Here we go. Oh, St Kilda versus North.
Oh, God.
I'm actually excited for this more than the previous game. I'm more excited than Collingwood Geelong. Because will St Kilda implode? Will North take this one out? Anything can... I'm just putting this in perspective here. North haven't dropped anybody. They lost by 10 goals and haven't dropped anyone. That's good news.
And what about the brave St Kilda?
Charlie Lazaro did go to admitted. Oh, mate. Last week they've lost by 111 points. Brett Ratton comes out and says, we are going to swing the axe. Enough of this.
Speak to me, brother. Speak to me.
I expected big names to be going.
Yes, I wanted it.
Did they omit some of the biggest names out of St Kilda? Let me go through some of the names that have been omitted.
Let's go.
Jack Bytel. Jack Loney. That's it.
What? That's it, Peps?
That's it. Yeah, they've got some of the big names, haven't they? The big ones.
Geez, they've got them out of there.
I'd say they swung for the rafters on these ones. Hunter Clark has been injured. James Frawley injured, first game in. Sean McKernan injured. Luke Dunstan comes in. Mason Wood, Nick Caulfield, and Oscar Clavino. And Seb Ross plays his 150th game, which I didn't even pick. And at the moment, North haven't brought anyone in, yet they've omitted somebody. So unless they're going to be making a change, they're going in with 23 players.
Wow. Maybe just to give the rest of their players some extra...
21 if you count the one that's not going to be on the bench. Maybe they're just not going in with an injury slab.
Maybe they're not.
No. I'm going North. I actually am going North on this one. Out of these two clubs, who's got more stability at the moment?
North, because...
Out of the two clubs, who's played better football over the last month?
North.
I'm going with North, mate. I'm going with North. J-Dog, what would happen if they go from St Kilda to shit Kilda and then lose to North? What would they be called then?
I don't even know. I can't even think of a word, Peps.
Hawthorn?
Nah, worse than Hawthorn. We're talking Port Adelaide tarp bad.
Oh, Melbourne tanking years bad?
Oh, yeah, maybe. Peps, I'm going with you. I'm going to go North Melbourne. Their tail is up, and St Kilda, because they've got fat heads, coming back to bite them.
You know you're going bad when they're showing footage of the crowd and there's women reading their book clubs in the stands and they're just not even watching it. Like they've thought about this and go, look, I could actually leave this game, but that would take more energy. I might just sit here and read a book.
This would be a game that I'll definitely have on TV just for the lols.
Just for the lols? Oh, I reckon there's something else. I reckon go about halfway through the third quarter, we could actually I reckon whoever's broadcasting this game is going to substitute the crowd noise and bring in a little bit of this.
It could be out of control, Peps.
It could be out of control. So, hey, the last game, this is going to be a bit of an interesting one too. I didn't think about it from this perspective. West Coast versus Essendon. Elliot Yeo finally is back, which is
10 goals. 10 goals. Is the West Coast flat track bully?
Yep, Drake Stringer wants 4 years. Harry Edwards omitted. Jake Waterman omitted. Brennan Ham, Medi Sub is out. Harrison Jones has been managed. Geez, well, the triple-headed dragon down the forward line absolutely destroy anything that Essendon have this week. And they've gone early too due to COVID.
Yeah. So let's see what happens in this game on Sunday. Let's see what happens.
Put Darling down for a bag of 6.
Darling down for 6. Okay. I am going to go West Coast because they are incapable of winning away from home. But at home, that's true. At home, they look like the Ducks nuts.
I know they look like Tarzan and then play like Jane anywhere else in the country.
Yeah.
Exactly right. All right, let's move into the Sunday games. First one, very close to your heart, so I'm going to let you roll with this one. It's going to be Port Adelaide versus the Fremantle Dockers, 5:20 p.m.
It's been pushed back. Back, this game.
Why was it being pushed back?
Don't know. Just because they can.
Maybe they're playing at the home of Adelaide football, 5:20 p.m. Take us through, mate. Take us through the ins and outs.
Excellent. All right. So ins for now obviously extended teams being a Sunday match. Boyd Woodcock, Jared Lynott, Martin Frederick, and Orazio Fantasia is back. Omitted. This has been on the cards for a while now, but old Hamish Hartlett has been omitted. So who knows where his career goes? This is his last year on his career. So let's just see.
Been a good servant for the club, hasn't he? Well, I shouldn't say servant because he's been paid pretty good coin. Absolutely. He's had a crack. He's knee recos, come back.
Different positions. And then on the other side for Freo, we've got Andrew Brayshaw, Joel Weston, Lloyd Meek, and Tylen Duman come in. And out has been Matty Taberner, which is a huge out with injured. And the new player on the list for Freo making his debut is Joel Weston.
Good luck, Tex.
So, Peps for mine. I have to go Freo. I have to go Port Adelaide.
Yeah. Quick question. Freo a top 8 team?
No.
Dixon's going to kick 5.
Oh, I can't go that high.
Oh, I can go that high. Dixon will kick 5. It's a bottom half of the draw. Mm-hmm. Dixon will dominate. We know that's how it works. And the name that we love to drop, Orazio, is back as well too. So he's going to add a bit of spunk up in that forward line. And with Taberner out, puts a lot of pressure on Lobber to do something up there as well too. So I just think Port Adelaide at home, Adelaide Oval, 5:20. I love Flame Before the News.
Oh,
it's going to be great.
Favourite.
All righty, have a look at this one. The Tigers, who have been under a bit of pressure, versus the Adelaide Crows, who will be pumping after their win against the D's.
Absolutely.
2:10 p.m. at Giant Stadium. Over to you, J-Dog.
Love it. All right, so in for the Tigers this week. Once again, extended list. Callum Coleman-Jones, Dion Prestia, Josh Caddy, Malboy Chol, Shai Bolton, Thomas Dow, and Trent Cotchin. Pretty handy ins there, Peps, would you say?
I would definitely say. And there's a bit of late night fracas amongst that group as well, isn't there? There's a bit of a kebab throwing and a bit of nightclub slaying.
There is. And omitted this week, Jack Ross, Marlon Pickett has under his suspension. We've got Paddy Naish and also Tommy J. Lynch is injured as well as Naish as well. So hell of a list, but also some players that are going to miss out who would also be walk-up starts to most teams in the AFL.
Yeah.
In for the Crows is Andrew McPherson, Billy Frampton, and Will Hamill. And at this stage, no outs. And the milestone on that side of the thing is Jake Kelly playing his 100th game. So well done, Jake.
Yeah. Been good for the Crows, hasn't he, since moving over there? He's just an exciting Love the way that he plays. He's just a footballer. He's not an athlete. He's a footballer. Not one athlete is playing a milestone game this weekend, unless Pendles with the basketball background will. There's a lot of ins for Richmond, aren't they? When you look at it, but mind you, they're playing at Giants Stadium. It's not at the G.
Yep.
No Tom Lynch. You ready for this one?
Rightio.
Going with Adelaide.
Far out.
I'm going with Adelaide.
I was going to say another F word, but I changed it.
5 goals? I just think that Adelaide after last week, if they play that run and gun footy that they did, they're bringing in a lot. If they bring in, let's just say they bring in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, they bring in 7 players. Mm-hmm. They could be 7 underdone players as well. I'm not saying at an AFL level. And at the moment, Richmond aren't scoring as well as we think they should be.
Okay.
Adelaide are doing the complete opposite. And I just think this is, if you've got a time to pick Richmond, is that when a third of your team is literally new, you could catch them out. And I'm going with the Crows. I think they're in real good nick. And it's not at the MCG, which Richmond hate. They don't go anywhere. Supporters don't go anywhere. And I don't think they're going to play all that well up there anyway. And hopefully it's as cold as buggery as well too. Go with Adelaide, mate.
Rightio. I'm going to go with Richmond because I don't think Adelaide can pack those extra umpires into their suitcases this week.
No, they're removing the boundary lines. So no lines. Just to make it easy for the umps. I'm literally going with Adelaide. I think they've got definitely something there.
All right.
Last one for the weekend. And it could be a good one too. Sydney Swans, 3:20 p.m. Carlton are in as well too. Some big inclusions across the board for both these teams. The Swans back at home, they love it up there. They love playing at the SCG.
They do.
Only team that New South Wales embrace. Look, take us through their ins because there are some big ones.
Huge, Peps, huge. They've got Callum Sinclair, Colin O'Royden, James Bell, Joel Amati, Justin
McInerney.
I never get that right. McInerney, Caden Brand, Lewis Taylor. Out for the Sydney Swans is Nick Blakey, has been omitted.
Interesting, isn't it?
Robbie Fox is injured. Ryan Clark is a medi-sub, and Tom Hickey is injured. So is Blakey gettable, Peps?
Blakey, no.
Oh, okay.
Depends who you're going to. No.
On the Carlton Blue side, Jack Martin is in, Jack Nunes is in, Levi Casbolt and Luke Parks, and Lockie Plowman obviously has his suspension, which we went through on Tuesday night. So
haven't they appealed?
Yeah.
Yep. Aren't they taking it one step further? Weren't they going again? They can appeal, then there's another one that they can apply for.
Oh, bullshit. I haven't been across that news.
I'll have to double check that. I could be wrong, and in most cases I am.
Yep.
And Sam Moss playing his 50.
Oh, what a 50.
It's almost the best first 50 games of any player besides Alan Jakovic.
Oh, yeah.
Clayton Oliver. I'd almost say Jack Watts.
Notorious or just 50 games of what?
50 games. Difference was it was Jack Watts 50 games off the park and Sam Walsh on the park.
Peps, obviously a big extended bench there because it's a Sunday match for Sydney. They are bringing in some firepower.
Wouldn't matter, mate. Swans, Buddy kicked 6 last week. Do you reckon he's super excited for this?
Oh, he could be looking at it. Absolutely.
He's going to be playing on Batman.
He's going to be playing Batman.
Wiedering won't go to him. Put Buddy down for 4 and the Swans to win by 5.
Unless Adam Sard tries to match him in pace and be the second up, I don't know. But yeah, Batman versus I don't know what the Buddy equivalent is.
Yep.
Freak, absolute football freak.
Yeah. So apparently Carlton are going to appeal Lockie Plowman's 2-match suspension to get clarity, not just for the Blues, but for the game. Plowman didn't make the game.
God, they're good guys.
Because of the bruised knee rather than the 2-week suspension he was given to by the AFL tribunal.
They're good guys, aren't they? Just trying to help the AFL?
Yeah, look.
For clarity?
Once again, I honestly think when it comes to tribunal, they should not be allowed to slow down the audio, slow down the video audio, slow down the video, play it at full speed all the time.
Yeah.
Play it in real time. It's not the Matrix.
Is their lawyer Dennis Denudo?
I don't know, probably.
The only lawyer I'd recommend.
When you read the transcript of those tribunal meetings and you look at the defence for the AFL, why Holman should have got his 2-week suspension upheld.
Oh
God, give it up, champ.
It was Geishman, wasn't it? Just saying dumb shit.
Yeah, he has to do what he has to do to try and do it. But rightio, J-Dog, they're our tips for the week. So, couple of things before we wrap up. Hey, we've got our brand new competition. If you want to win yourself a box, 36 packets of AFL Team Coach 2021 footy cards, the link is in the show notes, and it's also on the Facebook page. So get onto it because they look fantastic.
They do.
Still wrapped. You're going to get some absolute rippers in there, and all you have to do is just click a few links, like literally, and it's for us. It's not for anybody else, so you know it's going to a good cause.
And Peps, and also, whilst they're there, go on and help the community out and tell them where you get your best burgers from.
The listener question for this week: where do you get your best burger from? I haven't written mine in yet, but I can't wait to. And also, after you've done all that, and you're looking down and you're thinking, "Oh, geez, I want to go for a kick of the footy, but I don't know where I've put it." Mm-hmm. Save time. Don't look for it. Go to sharon.com.au, type in lace out, get 30% off, which is what, J-Dog?
Half price. You've got 7 days.
So why not? You've got 7 days. You're going to do anything else. Handball, and probably express shipping. You'll have to pay for that. But everything else after that, there's your round 11 tips for everybody locked down over the next 7 days. We'll see you on Tuesday evening, 8 p.m. on our Facebook page. J-Dog, another fantastic week of tips. I hope your team wins, but more importantly, J-Dog, how do you want your tips?
I want my tips tipped out.
Good luck to you. Hope your team wins, and more importantly, football's the winner.
See you, listeners.